Here at Anthem Blue Cross, we love all of our and we want everyone covered under us to get a real bang for their buck.
Yeah, listen, we f***ed up.
Yes, you did. Well, there's an update to this story. It literally changed from the morning when I started this video to now. So I guess it's some good news. When it comes to medical insurance, it seems the news always gets worse and worse, and it just continues. Hi, I'm board certified internist Dr. Dre, and again in the news, medical insurance, specifically Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield. Now, what happened? Well, they announced that they will no longer cover the cost of anesthesia in certain surgeries. So basically, you'll have a surgery and they will only cover the cost of anesthesia for a shortened period of time. And this will begin in February 2025. This will take effect in New York, Connecticut, and Missouri. Now, they did make a special carve-out, ooh la la. And in this carve-out, they stated that they won't cut the cost in maternal surgeries or pediatric surgeries, just in Connecticut. How benevolent of them. Anyways, the American Society of Anesthesiologists basically pointed out that this didn't consider the complexity of the surgery or the duration of the surgery. It was just that the insurance company made a decision and that was the policy they were going to push forward in those 3 states. Now, essentially, if you think about it, they're just giving an arbitrary time for coverage or the surgery. So why is this alarming? Well, essentially, if you think about it, you have the money counters, the accountants, basically dictating patient care. So the decision to pay the anesthesiologist or the surgery is now dependent on a cost-saving measure only for the insurance company. It has nothing to do with the patient. Now, what did Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield state was their rationale or reasoning for this? Well, essentially they said it's to safeguard against overbilling. And maybe there's some truth to this, a kernel of truth, but how much overbilling is it? I don't see them releasing any data on this or anything like that. It's just this is their statement and that's what they're doing. What's more important to understand about all of this is it's a company. And a company, their job is to make profit. In fact, it's a company's fiduciary responsibility to its board of directors and its officers to essentially make as much profit as possible. Simply put, they have to turn a profit year over year and they try to increase that profit. And whether that means you get less care, that is it. And also I have to state, this is coming from a company who made a profit of $2.3 billion in June. So what's going to happen? Does this mean that your surgeon's going to have a stopwatch and, the surgery is going to stop after 40 minutes, 60 minutes, 90 minutes? Generally, no. But there's going to have to be some compensation somewhere because there's going to be a clock on doctors, essentially. So what this means is that the cost will be put onto you. Whether the hospital stops paying anesthesiologists, whether the hospital doesn't get reimbursed for the surgery. Because after surgery is done, the hospital turns around and then presents that bill to the insurance company and the insurance company pays for it. But essentially what's happening is once that bill is presented, the insurance company will say, okay, well, it's 2-hour surgery. Maybe we're going to pay you for an hour of anesthesia. That's what's happening. And now the hospital has to make up that cost somehow. Whether the hospital pads the bill and puts the cost somewhere else, or whether they pay less for anesthesia, something. But it's going to be passed on to the patient, whether that means higher premiums, whether that means more cost for surgery in general. The cost is definitely going to be paid by patients. And it's awful news. And the other issue you would take about this is if this works, guess what other insurance companies are going to do?
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Yes, it seems that shame does work. It's time to rejoice. A little. Now, I believe that the story does highlight several issues in the medical system. For example, insurance companies are in the business of making money. They are here to make profit. And no matter what, the bottom line of all of this is that healthcare is a business and they are trying to maximize the amount of profit they make. Now, yes, this is a small fight that the people did win, and patients around the United States have won, especially in Connecticut, Missouri, and New York. But I don't think this fight is over at all. The only thing I can state is that this is going to keep happening over and over again. If they didn't cut costs here, they're going to cut costs somewhere else. Again, they have to make a profit and have to try to maximize that profit. And the only way this is going to change, ever, is by keeping your politicians accountable and making sure you know the policies that are changing and make sure that you spread the news and keep things in the news. Okay, so for now, stay safe, rejoice a little bit, and until next time.